What's goody YTBC? What's good, fight fans, boxing heads around the world? B Marsh with another boxing video. So this is my breakdown and prediction for the PBC on Fox card, and also Guillermo Rigondeux making his trip to Wales, Cardiff Wales, to fight James Jazza Dickens. Alright, so I'm gonna start off with the main event from Birmingham, Alabama. Deontay Wilder defending his WBC heavyweight strap against Chris Arreola. Okay, so Chris Arreola is a guy who's been in this position. This is his third time fighting for a world title. You know what I'm saying? Which I personally don't think he deserves. And if you ask him, I bet you he'll tell you he don't deserve this title shot against Deontay Wilder. But he is a last-minute replacement due to the fact, them got Povetkin, Alexander Povetkin, took the meldonium, had steroids in his system, and he was the cause of the fight getting canceled with Deontay Wilder going out there in Russia. You know what I'm saying? So the man Chris Arreola, man, truth be told, man, like I said, I don't think he deserves this fight. And I think, man, it's not going to be a good look for him, man. I think he's going to get his ass handed to him by Deontay Wilder, you know what I'm saying? Okay. The man, Chris Arreola, is a guy who usually has, he's not a disciplined guy, you know what I'm saying? He's a guy who has weight issues. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy who seems like he might be an alcoholic when he's not in the ring. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy from California, so he blows that good Cali Green Chronic, you know what I'm saying? Smoking that Cali bud. So, he's had all these things, man, really basically holding back in his career, in my opinion, and that's why, he is where he is, you know what I'm saying? The one reason when I knew he'd be a guy on the PBC, because eventually I knew this fight with Wilder was eventual, you know what I mean? It was going to be inevitable that he was going to fight Wilder, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to be the first Mexican-American to win a heavyweight world title, and this is his third shot, you know what I'm saying? But from the string of his last fights, man, it ain't been a good look, you know what I'm saying? You check it, to be honest, man, I think the downward spiral of his career started when he fought, what's his name? Bermane in the fight for the heavyweight title. I think were they fighting for the vacant? Was it for the vacant title? Yeah, I think it was for the vacant title the second time they fought. Because the first time they fought, I think it was a WBC silver heavyweight title was on the line, whatever that is, you know what I mean? You check it. The first fight, the man Bermane broke his nose. You know what I'm saying? The second fight, he was actually winning on my scorecard, you know what I'm saying? And then he got caught, man. He got stopped on his feet, and I believe in the 6th round, you know what I'm saying? So, the guys he's been fighting after that, in my opinion, he hasn't beat anybody. He ain't beat Fred Cassie, you know what I'm saying? He went life and death with the guy Curtis Harper, whoever that guy was. It was supposed to be a soft touch-up fight after the Bermane fight, you know what I mean? Travis Kaufman, another guy who's out of shape. He went life and death with him. You know what I'm saying? I had that fight a draw. Some people had Kaufman winning. You know what I'm saying? And now he goes from Travis Kaufman to Deontay Wilder. Man, it's going to be a long night for him, man. I see Deontay Wilder getting him out of there probably in the 7th round. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to stop him in the 7th round, maybe earlier. You know what I'm saying? Let me say anywhere between 5 and 7. I think Deontay Wilder's going to negate him with the jab. And the man, Chris Arreola, he's a plotter, man. He's a guy who puts pressure on guys, but he doesn't put effective aggressiveness in a sense that he's going to be walking into shots. Wilder's just going to keep him at bay with the jab, and sooner than later, them right hands and favorable right hands that Deontay Wilder throws, they're going to connect, and they're going to put a hole in this guy, Chris Arreola. You know what I'm saying? Chris Arreola ain't never been knocked out. But I believe this is going to be the first time he gets he gets knocked out. I don't even think he's going to be stopped on his feet, man. I think Deontay Wilder's going to put him down, you know what I mean? Man down. You check it? So, the man Deontay Wilder, man, this is like I said, he's fighting this guy on short notice. You know what I'm saying? I believe they both had short training camps. And Chris Arreola is a guy I've never, was never really in shape, man. So, with that being said, him being in a short training camp, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't favor him, you know what I'm saying? You check it? I think he has a puncher's chance, you know what I'm saying, because Deontay Wilder has a chin, but eventually a chin can break, you know what I'm saying, and I've seen Deontay Wilder wobble before, you know what I'm saying, and I think that's Chris Arreola's only shot of beating Deontay Wilder, having a puncher's chance, you know what I'm saying? You check it. None of the three fights, like I said, ever since that Romain Stavern stoppage, have prepared the man Arreola to face a guy like Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? Alright, so I got Deontay Wilder winning that in about 5 to 7 round KO. Okay, I think it's going to be a short night. The other fight, which to me is probably the fight of the weekend, is Felix Diaz versus Felix Diaz, a guy from the Dominican Republic, a gold medalist at lightweight. You know what I'm saying? A guy who's only got one loss. I believe his only loss was to, to Lamar Peterson. A fight I had a draw. A fight that some people had Felix Diaz winning, you know what I'm saying? I think the man Felix Diaz versus Sammy Vasquez. Sammy Vasquez is the prospect who's been on PBC for a while, you know what I'm saying? He's a guy who's an ex-military guy. I believe he's been to Afghanistan and Iraq, you know what I'm saying? He has PSD, you know what I mean? Post-traumatic syndrome, you know what I'm saying? So, he's a guy, man, who likes to fight, man, and the guy throws combinations. He's a good fighter, man. He's not that young. I think he's about 30 years old. And so is the guy Felix Diaz, you know what I'm saying? He's 17-1. But he hasn't really fought like that, you know what I'm saying? He's 32 years old. Seems like he started boxing late, coming out of the Olympics with a gold medal. You know what I'm saying? The man, what's his name? Sammy Vasquez beat Aaron Martinez the last time he was on the ring, and that was on the inauguration of PBC on Fox, you know what I mean? You check it, the man stopped him in about like 4 rounds. You check it, the man Aaron Martinez quit, the man has even fought guys like Wale Amatosa, he's a good fighter, you know what I'm saying? So, the man Sammy Vasquez, in my opinion, is a good fighter, man, and so, the man, he's 5'10", and these are two southpaws, that's the only disadvantage that I think Felix Diaz has. He's a much shorter guy. He's giving up about 5 inches, you know what I'm saying? And I think the man Sammy Vasquez, I think he's going to be a little too big, you know what I'm saying? He's going to use his jab, and if the man Felix Diaz wants to make it into a fight, try to get on the inside, be the in boxer, I think Sammy Vasquez will welcome him for that, you know what I'm saying? I think he's a little too powerful for him. You know what I mean? Got more power than Felix Diaz. Felix Diaz can punch, you know what I'm saying? But he got to put everything behind his punches to really hurt Sammy Vasquez, you know what I mean? Or even try to get him out of there, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a real competitive fight, you know what I mean? But I think a guy like Felix Diaz, to me, is better suited for 140. You know what I'm saying? I think he's better at junior welterweight rather than welterweight. You know what I'm saying? And the guy, I think this is going to be his first fight at 147. And Sammy Vasquez, he's comfortable making welterweight. You know what I'm saying? So, I think, the man Sammy Vasquez, it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to go to the distance. You know what I'm saying? I probably have him winning a unanimous decision. I think Felix Diaz is a good fighter, believe me, man. But I think he's fighting a guy who, in Sammy Vasquez, it's basically a make or break fight, basically to show us whether these two guys are the real deal. You know what I'm saying? It's really a tough fight. And I commend Sammy Vasquez for taking this fight, because initially it was supposed to be Sammy Vasquez versus Luis Collazo, a fight I was looking forward to too. You know what I'm saying? But I think the man Sammy Vasquez getting this late replacement fighting against Felix Diaz, I think he's going to seal the deal. Use his jab. Like I said, if the man Felix Diaz wants to get on the inside, Sammy Vasquez will throw them uppercuts, you know what I'm saying, throw them hooks. He's going to keep his high guard, keep it tight, you know what I'm saying? And I just think he's not a knockout artist himself, but I just think he has the more power in this particular fight. You know, if the man Felix Diaz could outbox him the way he did Lamont Peterson, now, he ain't totally outbox him, but in the rounds which he did win and was looking good, you know what I'm saying? He gotta be the smarter boxer in there, you know what I'm saying? Keep the man at bay. I'm talking about Sammy Vasquez got to keep the man at bay to keep Felix Diaz off of him, but Sammy Vasquez will welcome the pressure if Felix Diaz brings it to him, you know what I mean? So I got that a unanimous decision. I could be wrong, I think this is a 50-50 fight, but I just think the bigger guy will get it done over the smaller guy, you know what I mean? And the fight in Cardiff Wales, you know what I'm saying, which ain't even the main event out there. That's Jazza Dickens challenging the WBA super bantamweight champion, Guillermo Rigondeux. You know what I'm saying, of a top 5 pound for pounder on the planet. I looked at the weigh-in today and the stare-in, and the man Jazza Dickens gave Rigo a quite intense stare down. You know what I'm saying, and in my opinion, I think that's the only thing closest that he's gonna get to as far as a victory over Rigo, maybe in that stare down, which Rigo didn't back down. But Jazza Dickens showed guts and that he's not afraid of Rigo, which is good, man. He ought to challenge the man Rigo and really put the pressure on him. But I see Rigo outboxing this guy, you know what I'm saying, and basically getting it done, man. I probably got Rigo winning every round, probably pitching a shutout like he usually does. You know what I'm saying? Jazza Dickens, he got his second chance at Rigo after the first fight got canceled because Rigo apparently couldn't get a visa. You know what I'm saying? I just hope Rigo is not content with just outboxing the guy and hopefully gets him out of there, considering that the fight is in the UK on foreign territory, on foreign soil. You know what I'm saying? You never know what the judges could give Rigo, even if he outboxes the man for 12 rounds. So I think Rigo, if he does get the man hurt, or he should outbox him with the intent to get him out of there. You know what I'm saying? Be the boxer puncher that he is. And hopefully, after that, Rigo can get a fight with the winner of, what's his name? Juan Guzman's little brother. Jonathan Guzman versus Shingo Wake. I think that fight's happening next week, actually, in Japan, you know what I'm saying? And both Shingo Wake and Guzman are fighting for the vacant IBF strap that Scott Quigg left behind when he ducked Rigo and went to fight the other guy who ducked Rigo and Leo Santa Cruz. And now they fighting each other, you know what I mean? That's some foul shit, man, but it is what it is. You check it. So that's my predictions, man. I got Chris Arreola getting knocked out in 5 to 7 rounds. I got Sammy Vasquez winning a unanimous decision, even though I'm not too confident in my pick because I think Felix Diaz is a good fighter, you know what I'm saying, and anything can happen because I think Felix Diaz might be the best guy as far as skill-wise on Sammy Vasquez's resume, you know what I'm saying. His amateur pedigree is solid, and these inexperienced guys as far as the amateurs, so he's trying, he's beating guys like Adrian Granados. I'm talking about Felix Diaz, you know what I'm saying? And I forgot the other guy he beat, you know what I'm saying? But I think that's a good fight for him, you know what I'm saying? I think he's going to do well, you know what I mean? But I got Sammy Vasquez winning the fight, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he beat Gabriel Brasaro too. That's right, Gabriel Brasaro about to fight Paulie Malignaggi. You know what I'm saying? And I got Rigo winning I probably got him knocking him out. I got him knocking Jazza Dickens out probably 8th or 9th round, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see what it do, man. I'm glad boxing is back this weekend, and that's my prediction. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up, and I'll peep you on the next video. B Marsh 1.